Another dark log from the diary of a graver named John Weaver, which is me. Morning, guys. It's the Monday. I'm asking what day or time this is. It's just Monday night around 1:15, actually 1:16 in the morning. It is the 6th of January of 2026. And already things for this year are challenging people left and right. You are online and you are using Instagram and the Meta. And you're finding out that Meta is really giving you hell. You're not alone. Back in Boston, there was a news report put out there on YouTube. About 50,000 Meta users having accounts permanently closed because of the Zuckerberg? The schmuck who made the Facebook, who changed it into Meta, and with the event of artificial intelligence being installed into it, took out the human element, put into zeros and ones, and everything else is going hell in a handbasket. And if you happen to say or do something that the Meta doesn't like, it kicks your ass out permanently. And no way for human intervention. You're stuck with the zeros and ones. Believe me, it was bad enough when you actually had the human intervention in there. They're saying that you screwed up on this one. And then you kind of challenge them, say, "No, I'm not. Facebook jail. You get to be locked out for so many days at a time, or so many months at a time, if you violated the community guidelines, which were vague, and you had to appeal it all the time, whatever your posts were." Or how about when the posts were not even cleared through something? Case in point, I found an article last year concerning about Parkinson's. Some baseball players, great baseball players in the past, well, one or two of them going through Parkinson's, and somebody made it into a news story. And it was legitimate, but not the AIs, not the zeros and ones. They thought, no, this is not verified through this independent. This is not verified through this independent. It can't be. It's false. Post remote. This may not go against you. We can laugh about the Facebook jail of the past. It was supposed to have been checked through human intervention. But we got the AIs out there, theoretically, to help save us. From what? Lousy posts? It still doesn't work right. I see advertisements popping out left and right. I see short stories popping out. And guess what? They all violate. But the AIs go, "Oh no, but this is fine." Oh great. So full frontal nudity is fine, but some other legitimate news story isn't. And this is Meta for you. Then the theoretical hoax, that petition floating around again, made national news again, saying that we don't want Facebook to shove our private stuff in other people's faces here by its own violations, by its own mechanizations, it's by its own. We do it by ourselves while we keep it to our own private pages. We don't want our private pages made public unless we want it public. Okay, say for example, you've got a profile. I got a profile. And I happen to put up a profile of me and my puppy. But I only want it on my page. I would like people to see the page. There's a reason why I'm coming up on this one, guys. And the pictures I would share on there are supposed to be for me and people who are locked into my account. Once you've got the friend request, maybe you can get the information. That'll be fine. So me and my puppy would be out there. But what if I didn't want it out there? What if I locked it into private? According to the hoax that was being passed around, the hoax petition, and it's always getting passed around one way or another. It's trying to tell the zeros and ones, I only want it for this particular condition, not that condition. But, according to the hoax, the zeros and ones are posting it out there without my permission. Me and a picture of my puppy. So news stories like this pop up on the national, or actually in a local chain, just because they needed a filler, or is it actual real? I mean, when Facebook came out and people are starting to hear about their own postings turn into more publicity than they want, and they try to fine-tune it, there's this kind of pushback going on, coming across left and right throughout the years I've been on Facebook. I mean, I've been out there for a long while myself. But I always have to consider what Facebook is and what social media is. The Instagram, the TikTok, all those platforms. See, I may be coming from 19th century or the 20th century thinking. Back in the days, before we had electronic, we had the actual bulletin boards, cork boards. You'd pin up paper, photographs, images, sayings, stuff. And you'd stick them in there with pins. Or else you stick them in there with staples. It could be in a company building. It could be a private building. It could be on a campus. But you would be the responsible one of posting up the stuff. Problem is with the corkboards in those times, not enough identification, except if we had a flyer. Okay, say if you had a flyer of, well, I'm going to turn a Star Trek ship. There's not enough red shirts out there. You need more. We got Captain Kirk's face on top of a bunch of made-up red-shirted security guys. And you would see these from time to time. No author on it. Okay, let's just say if, on that situation here, Captain Kirk is looking down at women. You're lonely, you need one of these. Captain Kirk's orders. Now, out there in the 20th century, without the electronic stuff, there was no way of tracking this stuff down. Hardly any way of tracking it down. Somebody put his signature on it, and then goes to hunt. It was hard to track down stuff. You always have to have some eyewitness or anything else of that matter to see whether or not the posting was legitimate or not. There was a song out there in the 80s concerning about a phone number. And that was posted all over the damn place. Even on a corkboard. And whoever had that phone number was getting inundated. There was no way to track the poster on that one. Now you got electronic age, where anything you post has an electronic fingerprint. Or footprint, however you want to look at it. It's got a print of you. Knows the location where you sent it from. And a little bit more crucial information that IT specialists, informational technology, whatever they would call it back then. We called them cyber geeks, cyber nerds, or just nerds, would track this stuff down. They had to go ahead. They had the gumption of doing it. They didn't need AA bots. They were the bots. You know, 2 legs, 2 hands, 1 head. These days you've got zeros and ones. And I'm dubious. I don't like zeros and ones that they use to fact check me. If I'm posting something legitimate and they say it's not legitimate because they can't verify it, so now they would put me into a cage, lock me out, that I can't share my stuff. All these platforms that we get ourselves into, we are committing ourselves to the private companies. They have terms and conditions they change left and right. If you want to post your stuff out there, you got to go through the social media. And in order to do social media, you would have to just say, okay, I surrender to your bullshit. With no government intervention, with nothing to overrule it or oversee it. They tried for decades, trust me, they tried for decades when social media came out to legitimize it, to put social media under government scrutiny. That's always been fought in the court. It's always been fought against. We never could get legislation on how social media should be run. They said it should be free, it should be under private enterprise. Well, when you have a private enterprise using artificial intelligence and no oversight, people are complaining to the news media and complaining to state attorney generals about how screwed up Zuckerberg's invention is. What makes it screwed up is there's no human intervention and no way to contact a human. No way. Unless you march up on the campus itself and demand you talk to somebody over there about it. Other than that, we're at the mercy of the zeros and ones and the platforms that we signed up for. Hey, you wanted it free and clear without legislation, without regulation. This is why you keep voting in the idiots back in Congress to do these kind of things. So don't blame me, blame yourselves. Power's in your hands, not mine. I'm just saying. That being said.